Hey guys, and welcome back to Overland NZ. So, a couple of weeks ago, I was sent a copy of Fire to Fork by Harry Fisher. If you haven't checked out his YouTube channel, do it. It's mint. I'm not into cooking, to be completely honest, but I watch pretty much all of his episodes because he's just a great character to watch, and he does make some cool meals. So, originally I was kind of just going to do like a basic social media review, and then I was like, nah, let's do one better. Let's try and make something. So if you know me, I can cook, but I don't enjoy it, and I can't light fires or get them going to save myself. So I thought, let's jump in the deep end and try and cook something out of this book. So I love pizza. I love pizza a lot. And when me and Chloe went on our first date, probably like 10 years ago now, we went out for pizza and beer. But I've never really thought about being able to have pizza at camping. Like, you know, it's just one of those meals that I'll admit I have snuck back into town occasionally to go to the pizza shop and get something. But in here is a recipe for pizza. So I thought I'd give it a go, see what happens, and fingers crossed it works. First things first though, I need to get a fire going. It's I don't know what the time is now, about 4:30, and it's getting cold and late and dark. So, you know, camp set up, fire going, and then all in front of me here is everything I'm going to need to make some pizzas, hopefully. So let's see how this goes. We have fire. It's small, but we've got fire. It's a good start. Time to get this dude cranking. Something I'm not used to is getting to camp when it's not actually dark yet. Like, it's still, yeah, quite nice. But I need to get some coals ready so that I can make this pizza. So the fire's, I don't know, it's actually working. I'm a bit impressed with myself. Should be a skill that I have, but you know. And yeah, so let's sit back for the next wee while, get this dude cranking warm. So while the fire's doing its thing, let's have a quick look at the book here. So this is basically Harry's story and a whole bunch of amazing recipes for cooking on a campfire. And if you're someone like me who has never really cooked outside of, you know, gas and on a stove and stuff, it's super useful. Like, it goes through all the gear that you're going to need, how to light a fire, different kind of temperatures and things, and it's just beautifully presented, and just, I don't know, it's real nice. Like, me and Chloe spent probably a good hour going through it last night and just trying to decide what I should make tonight and what we could try as a family. Like, it should be pretty cool. And also kind of like what we can adapt and stuff. So our kid is gluten and dairy free, and heaps of these recipes do have those in them. But I mean, it's pretty simple these days to find replacements and make something cool. And like, he's getting to the edge now where it'd be real fun to try and make like a fire and some food with him, I think. So the pizza. I'll admit I cheated slightly. I made the dough at home as I knew I was going to be getting in pretty late and didn't want to be sitting here for hours and hours waiting for the bases to rise. So they're looking mint. It's been in the back of the car all afternoon as I drive out here. And we're going to basically start by chucking olive oil and garlic in a pot and frying it until it's fragrant. And then I'm going to chuck in my cup of tomatoes. So I completely forgot to bring a bowl, so I'll get a cup. It's oregano, and till it's smelling good. And then I'm going to pour it back into this cup. I'm going to grab our dough, make some bases, and then I've got some salami, tomatoes, and some cheese to go on these pizzas, and should be pretty good. So, time to chop up some garlic. Alrighty, so first time ever putting some food in a cast iron pan on a fire. In the book, it goes through how to tell the difference between a hot, medium, and like cooler temperature fire. I'm not sure I've succeeded, but basically the start of this dish is on a hot bed of coals. So we'll give it a minute. I can smell garlic over the smoke, which is kind of cool, I've got to be honest. And yeah, I know that, some of you may look at me going, well, you're just cooking on a fire, it's not that great, but I've never done this before. and I do feel like I've been missing out. It's something I've been wanting to try for a long time, and when the book came through I was like, oh, let's go and give it a go. It should be good fun. Worst comes to worst, I can make some like 2-minute noodles, but you know, there's no reason this shouldn't work. All right, that's smelling pretty good. I'll add my tomato and my, that'll do. And grab a stirrer and stop it from sticking. So the goal of this is basically let it kind of simmer for a little bit and not cook, because obviously it's going to cook on the pizza, but just get it to a point where I guess it's nice and warm and can be dumped on. Oh, it's so good having a fire. It's warm. It's freezing tonight. It's meant to go down to about 3 degrees. I can see like the cold out over the hills there. So having a fire is going to be quite good, and if I've got enough firewood left tomorrow, I'm going to make pancakes for breakfast. Alright, I reckon that is probably done. It's out of here and pour it into my cup. Alright, so sauce is ready. I'm going to put it into this cup as I don't really have enough bowls and I need this to cook pizza. So fingers crossed I don't make a huge mess. It's quite warm, as you would hope. Bring bowls. I even looked at them and I was like, nah, I don't need bowls. Never mind. Okay, so that's that job done. Just gonna go quick rinse out and we're starting the bases ready to go. How hot is that? Not at all. Something the fire to dry. So one of the tips that Mr. Harry has for me is that getting the pizzas out of a camp oven like that can be quite tricky, just as you can't really get your hands down in there. So there's some tin foil and line the camp oven with that, and then basically just lift them out when they're ready to go. Don't need that much. Goals, try and stretch these out and make them, I guess, a little bit thin. Goals are always nice like that though, eh? Well, I've got enough for a couple of pizzas, so let's see how this goes. And chuck it into our tin foil. Yeah, I like it. Alright, it's 6:15. Got 5 to 10 minutes depending on how hot I've got this, which I had a quick flick through the book again. I think I've got it pretty hot, so I'm assuming the lower end of that. And we'll see how it goes. It's got coals underneath, coals on top. Hopefully it just works. Oh, I'm pretty excited. And it's gonna be time for dinner. It's a lot more work that goes into a fire, and I am very, very excited to see what it ends up like, but still a bit of work. I'll let that do its thing for a couple of minutes and come back in a second. Alright, it's probably not meant to peek, but I'm very curious as to what's happening in here. So let's get these guys off. Maybe put my crappy gloves back on. Buy better gloves. These are not good gloves. Oh. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see that. Oh, it's going to be the worst shot in the world, but that looks good. Hopefully it's not burning. Way thicker than I meant. Spin this round and put more heat on top. And that's nearly done though. Maybe a bit more wood on this fire. Bring wood. Bring lots and lots of wood. I did not, and I don't really have enough. Alright. This guy out of the way. Cook the grass. Some of it's way too fat, but oh, check that out. As close as you guys can actually see, because pizza, look at that. Try to get it off here, but we should chuck something underneath it. Maybe. I don't know. Don't need the gloves anymore, that's cool enough. Note to self, put something on here. Stop it from sticking. Oh, all my toppings. Oh no, we're going wrong. Damn, that's warm. Alright, my bad. Oh, I'm sorry, Harry. I made a mess of this. I made a mess of that. Through the magic of editing. Check that out. A little bit of tinfoil on the bottom, but check that out. Oh, I'm so stoked with that. Alright. Taste test. That is incredible. Pizza at camp doesn't get any better than that. I honestly don't think so. Takeaway from this, it's just a little bit too much heat on the bottom, not quite enough on the top. So I'm going to make another one because I've still got a bit of wood left and some dough, and I might just try and do things a little bit differently. So pizza at camp, it doesn't get better than that in my books. I learned a lot, and you know, like first time ever cooking on a fire, there's things I do differently next time, like bring a spade so I can actually like shovel some coals around properly. But that was great fun, and I don't know, I really enjoyed that. So Fire to Fork, or Dad Woof Woof as our 1-year-old calls it, by Harry Fisher. You can grab it at foodoverfire.nz, as I mentioned before, and it's just a really good cookbook. So yeah, I'm gonna sit back now, enjoy my fire in this campsite, and maybe turn off my big bright lights so I'm not that obnoxious guy who's sitting here talking to himself in the dark. And I'll catch you next time on Overland NZ. Remember to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and yeah, see you later.